Hello, Scorpio. This is going to be your new moon reading for September 28th, 2019. Hope y'all have been having a good September. It went by really, really fast for me personally. I can't believe it's already October. But hey, your birthday will be coming up here in about a month, right? That's great. So we have the Libra season starting on the 21st, which I believe was yesterday. Yes, it was yesterday. And so that's going to bring a lot of new shifts for everybody collectively. And we're all going to experience that Libra energy. Oh yes, look at that. To be fair, this is pretty much like the Justice card in the tarot deck, which, hey, is Libra. So as I was talking about it, this is coming out to say, to be fair. So this is going to be a lot about karma. This is going to be a lot about justice and balance and being fair. Being in a place to represent fairness and advocate for fairness and recognize fairness in ourselves. So let's see how that's going to play out for you, Scorpio, and get some tarot cards. So I will be posting the October readings shortly after these all post up. I'll start working on them. I also announced a sweepstakes. Woo! I have a giveaway, a tarot deck giveaway that I will be doing. So if you stay tuned to the end of this video, you will get that information. There's a little video that's going to pop up that you can watch all of the details about this giveaway that I have going on. Whoa! That card just wouldn't go back in. That's going to be your mystery card now. It was refusing and tried to work it back into the deck. It just wasn't happening. So that one meant to be, right? That's what I call that. Meant to be. Your mystery card. Oh yes. Rest, relaxation, and self-care. Okay. Wow. Lots of good energy here. I really like this. Scorpio, you are done with something, huh? All right. Oh, you know what? Let's get the bottom of your deck real quick. I keep forgetting to do that, and I've been wanting to do that for these readings. Page of Swords is your underlying energy for this spread. So if we were to put this here, this emanates out and really is a causal of a lot of these things. So Page of Swords is going to be some new information. All right, Scorpio, so you may be getting some new information, new communication. This can come in written word. This can come in verbal. This can come in so many ways. This could be a download from spirit. This could be your own mind and inner consciousness talking to you, self-guidance, that inner realization. Something is going to come through, and it's going to change the way you look at things and think about things. Okay? This is always the beginning of something. Pages start something. It's like that first step. You know, and usually the initial step is thought and new information. So that's what's happening here. And that could be causing a lot of this shifting that's happening down here. Especially with us going into Libra season. That's the Libra card. Now we have Four of Swords here, which is telling you to rest. Rest up. Maybe around this new moon, you need to take time. Take time for yourself. Do the things that really help you recharge your battery and feel in a place of relaxation and peace. Peace, relaxation is so good for us. We need to avoid stress, right? Really important, because stress is that killer. So I think around this new moon time, it's going to be really important for you to do the R&R, you know, rest and relaxation, because it looks like you have come to the end of something. You have entirely built a wall with all of these 10 wands here, but you're done. The wall was built, you're done. This is like recognizing that the cycle's over completely. The 9 is when you're kind of looking at it like, hey, this is wrapping up. The 10 is, okay, this is wrapped up. And that's where you are now. And wands always signify something really passionate. So whatever it was that you were building or doing or creating or being a part of, it was really passionate and amazing and exciting for you at the beginning, like when you first started. Now, however, it's kind of like become a burden. It's really heavy, right? He has to carry that all the way back to town. And initially he had started with just one. You know, it was really exciting to have just one. Now he's got 10 and he's like, holy moly. You know, that it's a lot. So you may be coming to a moment of realization of burden. And really all this work deserves that R&R. Okay? And with us having this, to be fair, falling right above this, this is definitely saying a balance needs to be recognized. Something in your life has to balance out in order for you to really feel good and do some serious healing, because with this card coming out, this is definitely signifying that there's been some pain. Okay, there's no denying that. Now, this pain can go from just a bad day all the way to like severe grief. You know, this is going to be different for every single Scorpio watching. This card comes before this card. Usually we have this, you know, we make this thought that hurts us, or we look at a situation in such a way that it actually causes pain. Because perception, right? Our perception and feelings kind of play off of each other. Whatever we're thinking about something, however we perceive it, is either going to cause pain or joy. You know, I could look at one situation and say, wow, that's amazing. Somebody could look at the same situation and say, ouch, that's really not cool. However, I'm not feeling pain and the other person is. That's that perception. You're feeling from your own perceptions. And when we have swords, it's your thoughts. Okay? Now, sometimes in our life we've been rejected, or something has gone away, or we didn't get the opportunity that we thought we could have, or, you know, some kind of something that doesn't allow us to move forward, and we thought we had it. Now that perception can go in so many ways, right? Some of us are like, oh, I wasn't good enough, and maybe I could have done this better, and you're just kind of beating yourself up. That's this. That's beating yourself up over this, okay? Whereas you could really look at the situation in a new light, like, I was being rejected so I could be protected because there's more for me. And that wasn't the way I was supposed to go anyways, because everything is truly meant to be. Despite our free will, we play such a small part in destiny. So I think that sometimes we have to look at maybe some of the mental sabotage that we do to ourselves. And that's why you're being asked to relax, is because you have had this. You've had this mental anguish, and now it's time to let it go. You know, honor it. Forgive yourself, right? That's like number one. A lot of people are like, well, I could forgive them and I can forgive them. Well, what about yourself? You know, you are the one thinking these thoughts, not the other people. So forgive yourself and relax, because you've been through something that's really been quite burdensome lately. And so you owe it to yourself, right? You owe it to yourself to balance it out. Now, Queen of Swords, I love that this is coming up here, because it is the figure of absolute truth. This figure is never going to beat around the bush or sugarcoat or, you know, appease. This figure will not appease. This energy doesn't appease. This gets right to the center and the core, and it's truth. You know, it's always, you know, cutting away the fat. It's going to get to the center and the core of the truth. So with this is like a card of empowerment. This is like, speak your truth, Scorpio. What have you to say? What is your truth? And how can you apply it in your world to make a little bit more sense and empower yourself? You know, what words can you say that are going to really bring you to that realization of who you are and what the heck's going on? You know, sometimes truth can be painful, right? It's sharp and pointy, but it's necessary. It's so necessary. And this is that self-realization. Like, hey, I'm not going to put up with this crap anymore. This is who I am, and this is my truth. That's this feeling. You know, she could be considered the divorce queen, because she doesn't put up with anything. You know, she's going to let you know, you messed up. Get out of here. Very straightforward, very to the point. I love the energy of the Queen of Swords, because she doesn't really put up with much. She's not going to put up with any more burden. She's going to say, no, I need to go heal. I'm going to be fair, right? This is that very straightforward truth. Okay? Fairness and truth go hand in hand. All right. Now we have the Six of Cups coming up. And for you, this might be a moment of nostalgia. You may, when you're going through this rest and relaxation and recognizing the ending of something, you may have a moment where you're remembering your past, remembering how far you've come, and remembering the joy and happiness and some of the times in your life that have felt really good. And sometimes you can take those moments and compare them to what's happening now and recognize, that you've made it through 100% of your bad days. So whatever this is, it's temporary, and it's something that we can forgive ourselves for, we can heal through, and it doesn't have to define us or be a permanent scar. Okay? I feel like this card is definitely here to remind you of all of the joy and love and feelings that have come in your life thus far, right? And you may even have a friend come back that you haven't seen in a while into your life, even if it's just for a moment, that sparks those memories, like reminds you of, hey, remember that one time we did this, and you laugh about it and have a good time. That's that nostalgic feeling. Remembering the good times, remembering the love, and sharing it with the people that we love. So let's get a couple clarifiers for these cards here for you, dear Scorpio, and see if we can just get into a little bit more detail about what might be burdening you, or just more ways to get through it, right? Just to accept and honor that. We have dark moments. That's part of our experience. And if you ignore the dark moments and shove them in a cage deep down, they get real hungry and they'll starve. And then you have to do this kind of stuff, okay? So always honoring and recognizing that healing and all the things that come with it and before healing are necessary. And we do have to accept and honor those darker moments and those negative thoughts that we have. We have to recognize where they come from. That deep, dark negativity that we often like to ignore can come up, and it can grow and get scary hungry. So you have to honor both sides of yourself. That's what yin and yang is all about. It's not ignoring your negativity. It's not ignoring the bad things. It's recognizing them, feeling through them, and looking at them in a different light. Okay. So you had a mystery card over here. Oh, look at that. And he had fallen on here. So you know what? I'm going to leave it there because that is poetry. Okay. Yep. Look at those swords coming out here. Lots of swords energy and wand energy. Oh, there's some pentacles. Okay. I love this for you. I love it. So with your rest and relaxation, you have the Knight of Cups coming up. Now, the Knight of Cups is always going to recognize how he feels, what he wants, that emotion, and he's going to start to use action. So the page is going to look at the cup like, what is this? And why do I feel this way? Looking at the cup as if it's brand new. Now, the Knight of Cups has examined and really accepted the cup, and now is going to make action with the cup. So with you having some R&R, there may be some realization of your feelings. Okay, this may come to you in like a dream state. Whatever it is, you're going to be able to feel some feelings that maybe you were shoving down, or you weren't allowing some feelings to come out and shine, right? Some of us self-sabotage by dampening our own happiness, and sometimes the answer is to just let your happiness flow. Find something to laugh about, do the things and be in the way that feels good. And I think through this self-care in this time that's going to be taken, or that you're being offered to take, or suggested to take rather, that you're going to really recognize some of the feelings that you can take action on. We have feelings as a inner guidance system. So you may take some of those emotions and go forward. Now this is great because this card had flopped out of the deck and landed upside down on top of this card, and it is the same card. So this is definitely validating whatever burden you've been going through. It's done. No more of that. It's not going to happen, anymore. You're done with it. You have reached the end of your rope, essentially, with this burden. Now this can be different things for different Scorpios. This could be a job that you're just burnt out on, and that you can't really do much there anymore, right? You've done all you can do. It's over. A relationship. This could be a friendship. Whatever it was or is, it was fun in the beginning. It was good. It felt fun and amazing, and it was everything you wanted. But as you've reached the end of it, you've realized, I just don't want this anymore. It's not me anymore. From 1 to 10, you've changed. The person you were with 1 wand isn't necessarily the same exact person you are with 10. okay, because you've gained wisdom and experience and some other things. So accept that some things that you were like really excited about just maybe, fizzle out after you've done them. There's just no more to do. And with this pain that's happening, it seems like there's a choice here. And I don't know if it's your choice to make necessarily. So that could be for some Scorpios, you have a choice to make and it's a painful choice. Or this could rather be that there's a truth here that you need to recognize and that you may just be ignoring or not seeing right now. Sometimes like this is a great example. Love is blind, right? We don't recognize how horrible some situations are until they're done because we were blind to love. This is not seeing the face value, right? Not seeing the answer. Now, when this is happening to us, the suggestion is to go inside, look deep inside. Your self-conscious knows all the answers. You just need to reconnect with yourself. Really listen to your gut and your intuition in order to choose the truth. There's a truth out of this. One of these swords is your truth. One of these swords is your truth. You have to choose, and that can be hard. I get it, Scorpio. I mean, sometimes we don't even want to see the truth, right? She's like, I don't want to see, but there is a truth here, and you really can't move forward until you accept, recognize, and honor the truth. And it's going to keep hurting you until you do. So for you Scorpios experiencing something like that, the advice is to definitely trust your intuition. Go inside. These cards don't have that answer for you. The answer's always inside. This just reminds you and guides you back. Now, Queen of Swords, here's that truth, right? She's not gonna put up with anything that's gonna hurt or threaten her kingdom. Okay? So she's gonna stop it before it even starts. That's that emotion and identity that needs to be adopted here. Because this guy's sitting here kind of wondering like why his ship hasn't come through, or why his dream hasn't really, he's like waiting. Well, why is he waiting? He knows it's coming through. She knows what she says is going to happen because she says it and she thinks it. There is no question. She makes it happen. He knows it's coming because he's already done the work. Why wouldn't it come, right? So there's something happening here where it's like, this was that Three of Wands, right? At one point, you were there already. But now it's almost like you're embarking onto something new. Or maybe even remembering when it was the Three of Swords, right? With this nostalgia card being so close. At some point, Scorpio, you're realizing that there is something coming to you. You do have something coming for all of this work. All right? But maybe that truth is how you get it. Maybe you need to speak your truth in order to get what you're waiting for. Whatever it is you're waiting for, you maybe need to open up that throat chakra and just speak the truth. I mean, what's the worst that could happen anyways? Now, we have the Three of Coins coming up with your nostalgia, and that is like showcasing your work. This is something you make. And whatever you're making, it's stable. It's legit. It's solid. You have two threes coming up right next to each other, so threes may be, prominent. You got a 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. Prominent 3 energy. What is threes? I make. So what do you make, Scorpio? What is it that you make? And how are you honoring yourself? How are you honoring the choices you've made, the decisions and experiences and everything that you've encountered up to this point? Being fair. Being fair to yourself is what I really feel like this card is. It's like forgiving yourself. Being fair and recognizing that some of the things we've done is because we wanted to do it at the time, and that's cool. It maybe didn't work out. Now it's time to recognize that there's more out there. You have more options. These threes are signifying that there's more to do, more to love, more excitement. So maybe to unlock that for you is that truth. Wow, awesome reading. I absolutely love it, Scorpio. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't already, please, please, please subscribe. It helps me share all this information. And if you like the video, that helps me know you liked it. If you comment, I'll totally comment back as long as it's, nice and empowering and cool. And definitely check out the sweepstakes if you want a free tarot deck. It's brand new. Very cool one. I'm going to be using the cards here in the next reading that I do, next set of readings. So definitely stay tuned. Come back for the October reading. Hit the bell so that you'll get all the updates, you know, when I post. You'll get it right away. You'll get that little notification. Thanks again for everything. See you soon.